it again?
We have to talk about it?
92. All right, so Master Tape is coming up. So instead of trying to talk about this show, 47, 6, 45, instead of talking about this particular show, we're just going to talk about Master Tape in general. The move to the afternoons, how do you like when they replay these old shows, crap like that. We get, you know, to talk 10 minutes with not knowing what we're going to talk about is going to be a little awkward. So we'll see.
Can that include any of the history of Howard Stern or just Master Tape?
Master Tape. We're only talking about tomorrow's Master Tape, basically. And then we got to say goodnight again, and I'm going to say goodbye to all you guys again, because that won't air until
tomorrow.
The end.
Is that because of the pause?
Yeah.
I did pause!
5 seconds.
All right, stand by, dude. You got a couple seconds.
The fans speak.
You're good, right?
1.
And your clock started at the right time?
101. The discussion of the week's events in the world of Howard Stern. This is the Superfan Roundtable. The Superfan Roundtable.
We are back in bonus time, people. It's Mike. You're on the Superfan Roundtable. Coming up in about 10 minutes is Master Tape Theater. With me here, I still have Maloop, Bruno, Eric from Hoboken, and Joe. Guys, Master Tape has moved to afternoons. It actually airs right after this segment that we're doing right now. Last week was the first time. We had this whole new Friday format. What are you thinking about this move in the schedule? I'm going to go to you, Maloof.
I'm sorry, can you just re-explain the Friday schedule again?
Okay.
Is that annoying?
What they did is they moved Master Tapes to 101, and it airs right after the replay of the Roundtable.
Okay.
It'll actually air right after this segment we're doing right now. Okay? What they did then is that freed up 100, because Master Tape used to play on a loop. All day on 100. So now what you have on 100 is Best of the Week Howard Stern. So they take the best clips of the week from the current shows. Like, Bruno, you were saying, why don't they replay the new shows? So now Friday is replays of the best stuff from the week on 100. So they have new series on Fridays on 100, and then on 101, you get some classic Howard. You get Master Tape in the afternoons.
That's awesome. This is great. I didn't realize it was like this, but that's pretty fucking cool.
So fantastic. So in like 8 minutes, you'll be very happy. You'll have your Master Tape in the afternoon. Bruno!
Aren't they trying to, I think, on the best of, aren't they trying to also make sure that, like, the same hour that they heard, if you heard in the 8 o'clock hour, when they replay it on Friday, you're not hearing in the same 8 o'clock hour again. You might hear it at 6 o'clock.
Well, the whole thing is still very up in the air. Like, what I've done, when I'm talking to them, they still don't really know the format they're going to do or how big of the clips they're going to pull. Like, last week, they pulled, like, 5 big segments. Whereas in the future, they might start breaking it down into smaller segments with more different stuff going. But last week really was like a rush. I mean, they came up with that plan, like, last week. We're changing the schedule. And they're, like, moving, you know? But you're right. The one thing that John Hines said was that when they lay the schedule out, they're making sure that it does not air during the same hour as it originally aired. So if you only catch like an hour of the show during the week, they don't want to play it at the same time it played last time because you're going to miss it again. You know what I mean? Yeah. So that's fantastic. I like the idea of it, but what I want to talk about now is this whole Master Tape thing that's coming up soon. Eric from Hoboken, you said you don't like the classic shows. Is that right?
No, I love the classic shows. I really do. I don't mind when Howard's not away. I think it's great. He gives an opportunity to reminisce and go back to say, oh, I remember where I was when that bit was going on. So Master Tape Theater, any other type of production they put together that includes old shows, is for me just bonus. It's icing on the cake. I love Howard Stern, so why not love him from back 20 years ago? Old shows rule.
Well, the show that's going to air right after this is from March of '92. Were you a fan in '92? Were you listening then?
I was a fan in '92. Yes, I was. Don't remember where I was. Don't know what the show is, but...
What were you, like 50 then?
Joe, you want to get in on this?
Yeah, I got to say, I like Sir Hard and Thick, because whenever it's playing, I'm either driving to Dunkin' Donuts or I'm driving to the bank, and everyone thinks I'm listening to like some intelligent classical music or some shit.
Sir Hard and Thick.
You know, I'm so sorry.
Who is that guy anyway?
You know, I don't know.
You know.
He's on the tapes team.
He's Sir Hard and Thick.
It's so funny. You know, I'm sorry. I don't even know what you said, Joe. I know I asked for your comment, and I totally didn't hear it because I'm like reading while you're talking, and I started laughing like to myself. I couldn't hear you over me laughing. I've heard the promos, you know, for the master tape that's coming
He
up.
said
And
he likes it hard and thick at Dunkin' Donuts.
yeah,
That's what he said.
I've heard the promos, and I'm like, this sounds like the shittiest show ever. Like, the only thing I could get out of it is Howard had a fart, and it's like, what the, and he didn't. And I'm like, what is this show? Meanwhile, the first thing I read here is, what happens on this show is Howard's testicles hurt, so he goes to the doctor who has to stick a scope up his ass. And I can't imagine how far this conversation's gonna go. I have not heard this show. I'm actually looking forward to it now. He got like the anal intrusion on the show. It's
The doctor
fantastic.
came on the show.
No.
Oh.
He's talking about how he got an anal scopy the day before. Yeah, an anal scopy. You know, we'll see how this goes. But in the afternoon slot, it was very weird for me last week. By the time Master Tape came on, it was like, it was so late in the day. It's just so different. You know what I mean? Like, what I used to do is I'd catch Bubba in the morning and Master Tape. So I'd catch Master Tape and Bubba, and I would flip over and try to catch Jay. And, you know, I'm trying to, you know, get into the whole Jay Thomas thing. I just haven't yet. You know, I guess it takes time or whatever. But I was definitely catching Master Tape and Bubba right in the morning. And now it's like I had to wait till the afternoon to Master Tape. It's funny to think like I'm missing it. Like I already thought like I could give two shits about Master Tape, and here it is. I'm without it 1 week, and
You're already missing it.
Yeah, what the fuck?
Why haven't they recreated like a Howard 102?
Well,
Well,
see-
see, all that classic stuff on there. Those are always options, you know. And like maybe on Friday do for like that 5-hour block, do like the 7 o'clock specials that they run like.
Look, you've
6 to
already
7
answered
Super
your
Fan Hour.
own questions. You've answered your own questions already, right? We were talking about Howard re-signing. You were talking about why don't they replay the Sirius shows. You know what? By the time Howard's done his contract, those Sirius shows are going to be old and you're going to be missing them. They could do a whole channel of nothing but reruns of Sirius shows
that's true.
at that point. That might be the time that you throw out a 102. 102 with just reruns of new Howard. 101 with just reruns of old Howard. They totally could pull it off at that point. They can't do it now because they don't have these tapes, you know, prepared. The tape seems to have to work. But at the end of 5 years, hell, they're going to have a ton of shit done.
Yeah, that'll be good. Well,
Yeah.
Howard 102, I vote for it.
You're
Next
up
to the
for
Who Gives a Shit
102?
channel.
Anybody else with this afternoon move? Did it bother you last week? Did you even listen? Did you care? Or did you totally miss it, Joe?
I like actually being able to hear Jay Thomas and Bubba in the
You listen to Jay.
I do. I gave him a shot. He's a really opinionated guy for a movie star or whatever he used to be or is now.
He got killed by Zamboni.
Yeah, he got killed by a Zamboni. He's a really opinionated
I
guy.
loved him when he was on Howard. He was on
Yeah.
Howard like 3 times,
Like he says, like,
recently he was
recently, and he was very good.
Yeah, he's very good. I dig him a lot.
But did you listen to the master tape in the afternoon slot? Did you listen to it before?
I listened to it before in bits and pieces on my drive in.
Right.
Now I hear it in bits and pieces on my drive out.
But you
So,
did still catch
I
it.
still catch bits.
Didn't
and
matter to
pieces.
you then.
No.
Eric.
Didn't really matter to me either way. I like master tape. I like any type of mix-up. You always laugh when I say I like Howard, but look,
We all love Howard.
I love the mix-up in the time slots. I think it just adds something fresh to the listening experience.
Wow, there's a lot of molesting going on in this master tape coming up. Somebody calls in to talk about being molested by their rabbi. I didn't know that happens. And then a chick calls in to say that she was molested by her minister. Where are the little boys getting molested by Catholics? I don't understand.
Why are you so concerned with the little boys?
A guy calls in on angel dust. You know, it's funny. Sebastian Bach did the roundtable with us one day. It was just a weird thing. Like, High Pitch ran into him and was like, yo, you should do the roundtable. And he was like a huge Stern fan, so he just came in and did it. And he told a story about how him and Axl Rose were all fucked up on, I don't want to say angel dust and then find out it was something else. I don't remember what drug it was that they said, but I'm thinking it was angel dust. Maybe it was heroin. I don't know. But they were all fucked up and called into Howard, just like you, Eric. They just calling into Howard to be like, Howard, you're awesome. Except for it was Sebastian Bach.
It wasn't someone as important as Eric from Hoboken.
That's awesome.
Amazing.
So I wonder what this angel dust guy is going to talk about. I'm looking forward to it, guys. Maloop, do you listen to these classic shows, or do you, like Bruno was saying, why not replay the new shows? They replay the old ones. You're an old fan. What do you think?
You know what? I've been so used to Howard's schedule.